Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning, Jamaicans wanted for multiple murders held in Bahamas and the Dominican Republic, says Blake. The Jamaica Constabulary Force is reporting that 2 Jamaicans who are wanted locally for multiple murders were on Friday arrested by law enforcement personnel in 2 Caribbean countries. One of the individuals was nabbed in the Bahamas, while the other was arrested in the Dominican Republic, according to Police Commissioner Dr. Kevin Blake. In providing details in a video statement on Instagram on Friday, Blake said arrangements were being made to have the individuals repatriated to Jamaica to face a prosecution. Blake did not disclose the identities of the fugitives. "I want to assure the public that anywhere criminals go, we will pursue them," the commissioner declared. "A criminal anywhere is a danger to us everywhere, and so in our relentless effort and the pursuit of criminals, especially violent criminals, persons who commit murder and who have caused harm and mayhem and misery to our communities and our citizens, we will not rest until we pursue you and put you before the court," Blake asserted. The warning from the commissioner followed Friday's arrest of a would-be robber and the shooting death of 4 others during an armed confrontation in Negril, Westmoreland. The police have been probing the men's actions for months, as it believed that they are part of a larger criminal organization targeting security teams assigned to Beryllium Limited. The gunmen who were killed on Friday were reportedly planning to carry out a major heist when they were intercepted by law enforcers and cut down in a gunfight. 6 guns, including 3 high-powered rifles, were seized at the end of the confrontation. Boat captain forced to clear name after his driver's license found at the scene of deadly Negril shootout with the police. In the future, whenever boat captain Cavell Smith of Cave District, Westmoreland, hears Shaggy's hit song, "It Wasn't Me," it should bring back bittersweet memories. Last Friday, Smith's driver's license was found in a parking lot in proximity to where 4 alleged gunmen were killed in a blazing gunfight with the police in Negril, Westmoreland, and for several hours it was believed that he was one of the slain gunmen. However, Smith is very much alive and well, as while he was in the resort town at the time of the shooting and actually saw it unfolding from a distance, it was verified by CCTV footage which was examined by the police that he was not involved. "My car was parked around the back of Burger King car park, so after the shooting I went around there to retrieve it. At that time people were rushing around there to view the bodies and the guns the police had seized. I believe it was at that time I lost my driver's license, which I thought I put in my car door pocket." Smith has said that after hanging around in the car park for a while, he drove off with his family, headed for Anchovy St. James, where he picked up his daughter, who was having her birthday, and drove on to Montego Bay to get a cake for her. "While in Montego Bay, I got a call from my brother, who told me that news was going around that I was killed in a police shootout in Negril. After my brother hung up, my phone began blowing up with more people calling me to tell me that a video had gone viral with a picture of my driver's license and some guns," said Smith. He said that out of curiosity, he rushed to his vehicle just to ensure that his driver's license was where he thought he had placed it. To his dismay, the money he had with the driver's license was there, but the driver's license was missing. Frightened by the situation, Smith said he called a police friend and explained the situation to him. The friend told him to head back to Negril and turned himself into the police to have the matter rectified. However, instead of going to the police station, Smith went back to the business place where he was during the shooting, and to his absolute delight, they had a working CCTV system which could verify that he was there at the time of the shooting. "I stayed at the business place and called the police, and several senior officers, including Senior Superintendent O'Neil Dobson, the police commander for Westmoreland, came," said Smith. "They went through the CCTV footage in my presence and saw that I was there before the shooting, during the shooting and after the shooting. They looked at the transaction that I did and the receipt that I got. I also gave them the password for my phone, and they went through it and gave it back to me." After the police completed their checks, Smith said he was told that they saw nothing to tie him to the incident, and he was told he was free to go home. However, his driver's license was not returned, as according to him, the police said they wanted to check his driving record and the vehicle ownership history. I was told by Mr. Dobson to meet him at the police headquarters in Savannah Lamar on Sunday, but when I called him, he said he was out of town. I am now to meet him on Monday morning at 9 a.m., said Smith. I just want to get over with this and clear my name, as people are still posting photographs of me on the internet and others are making bad remarks about me. I just want the situation cleared up so I can move on with my life. While efforts to contact Dobson were unsuccessful, a reliable police source in Westmoreland confirmed Smith's story, which he described as a most unfortunate situation which should be cleared up after Smith meets Dobson. In the shooting incident on Friday, the police intercepted a convoy of robbers who intelligence suggested were on their way to rob a beryllium cash-in-transit courier vehicle. In an ensuing gun battle, 4 of the alleged robbers were killed and the 6 firearms, including 3 rifles, seized. Motorcyclist thrown from bike in crash with a truck dies. Casualties on the Trelawney roads continue to mount after a motorcyclist died due to injuries he sustained during a collision with a truck in the parish on Sunday morning. The identity of the deceased has not yet been made public. Reports are that the accident occurred on the Cooper's Pen Main Road in the parish about 7:30 a.m. when the motorcyclist and the truck collided. The truck was traveling in the opposite direction. The rider was thrown from the motorbike and sustained multiple injuries. He was pronounced dead on arrival at the Falmouth Public General Hospital. The crash followed 2 separate accidents in the parish on Friday in which 3 people died. Golden calls for greater investment in Jamaica's water systems. Opposition leader and the People's National Party president, Mark Golding, has declared that the challenges being experienced by some Jamaicans in accessing potable water after the passage of Hurricane Beryl underscore the need for greater investment in the country's water systems. Golding made the suggestion on Thursday in response to a TikTok user who asked him to speak to what she labeled as a water crisis. Due to the lack of electricity in some communities, some National Water Commission pumps situated in those communities are not operational, forcing the respective residents to find alternative means of accessing water. For Golding, issues relative to access to potable water are a perennial problem, with some citizens left to suffer. He argued that Jamaica has adequate water to supply the population, but the distribution network needs to be improved. We have to invest in our water infrastructure. We need to establish connections and linkages between the pumping stations because there are parts of the island where there is more than enough water and there are other parts which have none, Golding stated. We need to be able to distribute the water across the island easily so that we can increase the supply available to everyone, and that's gonna require some proper planning and investment to do it, he said. With the current issues relative to water following Beryl, Golding said the rapid response water system, which had been put in place under the last PNP administration, would have been valuable in times like these. Meanwhile, the PNP president said the environment needs to be better protected to ensure that, over the medium and the long term, water is still available in Jamaica for the people to enjoy. We have been blessed, we are the land of wood and water, but we have been very tardy in respecting our environment and protecting our watershed areas, he asserted. Golding said the pollution of the island's rivers should stop, pointing to the Rio Cobra in St. Catherine, where frequent discharging of effluent has occurred and affected the livelihoods of residents. On that score, he said the National Environment and Planning Agency needs to be far more vigilant and serious. Additionally, he said the respective laws need to be updated so that the penalties relative to the environmental breaches are more meaningful and act as a deterrent against the pollution. Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.